Here at Norman Shutters you have a selection of frame types. Therefore, different hardware is supplied depending on the frame type. Screws are provided with pre-drilled frames and are not provided when the frames are not pre-drilled. A simple way to remember this is if the frame has inserts, screws will be provided. If the frame does not have inserts, no screws will be provided. Norman suggests 3 types of fasteners you can use. Let's look at each one. First, the nail gun. This is the most efficient and the fastest way to install. Here at Norman, we recommend the 2.5-inch nail for the frame and the 1.25-inch nail for the light block. Another way to install would be to use the drill. The next efficient fastener would be the trim head screw and the square drive. The next efficient would be the bugle head screw and the Phillips head. First we'll start by using the nail gun. It's the fastest and the most efficient. We're going to start by nailing in the upper left-hand corner. Now that we've nailed the left top corner, we'll now show you how to pre-drill using the trim head screw. First you take your drill with your drill bit and simply place a hole, angle back, be very careful not to countersink. Now we can go ahead and switch our change out to the trim head top and place our trim head screw into the pre-drilled hole. As you can see, the trim head automatically countersinks itself. The beauty of the trim head screw is there's minimal touch-up. Now that we've installed the trim head screw, let's install the bugle head. First we'll need to pre-drill and countersink. Countersinking can be done 2 ways. You can countersink flush with the frame, or you can countersink it so that the screw head countersinks and then you can fill that hole. First we'll install it flush. Simply turn your change out around, place your screw in the hole that you pre-drilled, install until it is flush with your frame. Or you can countersink it a little more so that the screw head will countersink itself into the frame and you can fill this hole. However, this requires much more touch-up than either of the 2 previous fasteners that we installed.